Shu Shu Carrington is looking to face off against Sanchez this weekend. Uh, he's 9-0 coming in with 5 knockouts. It's gonna be an interesting fight. He's someone who's newly been acquired from Top Rank over the last couple of years. A prospect that a lot of people are very excited about. Want to see what he has to bring to the table. The guy he's facing can be considered a journeyman, but he's also a guy who's hard-nosed, comes to fight, doesn't really lay down, has proper technique, can do a lot of good things in the ring. He can fight inside and out. Not someone who is kind of one-dimensional, but he's not someone who's gonna lay down. He's a tough task. I feel like this will be one of the toughest tasks that Carrington has faced so far. On his 10th fight, usually around the 10th fight, they like to ramp up the competition a little more. It's not something that's too advanced for him, but it's definitely a challenge. This fighter has never been knocked out before, so it'll be very interesting if he can be stopped or anything in that nature, or even hurt very badly. That'll make a huge statement in the weight class he's in right now. I feel like a lot of prospects right now are coming up and trying to separate themselves, and a lot of guys have been making some very impressive wins lately, especially after Floyd Schofield last night. So a lot of guys have a lot of things to prove, a lot of fights to put under their belt, trying to collect wins but also develop at the same time. I feel like Carrington is someone who's gonna make a name for himself very soon. He has good technique. He doesn't try to force anything. A lot of these boxers this generation are patient. They don't try to force a lot of stuff. If the knockout comes, it comes. They don't really try to force anything or try to press too hard. So that's a lot of things that I'm very impressed with. This is going to be a very interesting undercard. I didn't realize that he was on this undercard. I thought it was only about 4 or 5 quality fights on here, but it's a pretty decent undercard for to be end of the year. Definitely going to be a hard battle, a tough fight. I feel like it's something a lot of guys are trying to prove in the divisions and coming up to themselves. As far as if they're ready for certain opponents and certain positions they can get into, because a lot of guys in these divisions now with the promotional company, they'll give you a chance to fight a top guy, but you just have to be ready, because a lot of guys there, they want to get ready at a certain point, and then when they're not ready, they want to turn around and have a redo and different things like that, and that's when the company usually shuts guys down as far as having a fight with a top guy. It's almost like a waste almost, because they use that huge opportunity that you've been begging for when they were saying, well, let's just be patient, we'll wait, and then you say, no, I'm ready now. And then how many times you gonna come to them and say you're ready and you're not ready, and then you end up losing? So that's what the scenario a lot of guys catch themselves in. But I feel like Carrington, he's a different kind of guy though. He's pulling his weight, you know what I'm saying? He's carrying himself well. But those weight classes from 126 all the way up to 140 are just loaded right now with prospects and young guys that's gonna be high in the ranks and doing different things that a lot of people can't handle right now, as far as putting on big shows or taking on big challenges in certain fights. Because a lot of these guys, they really been patient and in the gym working on their craft. They get better fight by fight. A lot of times they're so smart they don't even use everything. They'll go in there and literally work on something that they said they're trying to work on. And a lot of stuff like that, a lot of guys in the past haven't done things like that. A lot of older guys still don't try to go back and work on certain things. They'll just go back to what works for now until they run into a mistake and they can't develop anymore. They don't have any way to go back and change certain things. Then after a loss, they want to try to reevaluate, but it's too late to change trainers. But it's stuck in your DNA at that point. That's just how you fight. That's how you go about things. A lot of guys don't know how to reset that quick. Everybody's not that smart in the ring as far as doing certain things or putting that pride and ego to the side. That's why a lot of guys, they are good at what they do, but a lot of guys, they are one-dimensional. But at the end of the day, you still have to be able to stop it at the end of the day. If you can't stop certain punches that guys are doing or certain styles, that's why certain styles make fights, you know what I'm saying? You really don't see the difference or which style favors who until they get in the ring. So it's definitely gonna be a tough fight for him. This guy's 16-4, never been knocked out, so it's a huge challenge. If he can be the first guy to knock him out after all the guys I've seen him in the ring with, that'll tell me a lot about him. That'll tell me that he's top of the top. But if he doesn't though, and he still has a great performance, that'll also show me he's still top of the top. He doesn't have to have a knockout. But if he is the first person to do it though, that would be amazing. So that's also something I'll be paying attention to. But that's all I got though. Like and subscribe.